basically it's an aggregation of factors. It isn't just the one factor, which is, oh yeah, Amazon has come up, so brick and mortar is doomed to hell. They're done. Or the idea that COVID is there, et cetera, et cetera. I mean, there are several factors that play into this. I think the way people shop has changed. I think since 2008 and the initial recession that we had, people have become more cost sensitive. People are looking to compare. And obviously going online, that gives you the medium to compare prices, et cetera. But more so, I think there has been a lot of saturation in the market. And we've seen this, you go to local malls, you go to large malls, and they're within, I'm speaking in places like North America and in Dubai, etc. And stores are oversaturated. You don't need to have as many H&Ms across one particular city. Yeah. And it kind of takes away that feeling of scarcity. The fact that maybe I want to have that experience of going somewhere and purchasing that product that nobody has access to, or very few people have access to. So that again plays a role, oversaturation. You also find that with social media and globalization, it's become a lot easier for entrepreneurs to make brands. So there's this rise of new brands, indie brands, hipster brands. And what's happened, it's an oversaturated market has become even further saturated with all these new brands coming in. So I can start a t-shirt company in 2 weeks. You can start a makeup brand company in a few weeks. And what's happened is it's yet again become oversaturated. And so if you have a look at retail, and I'll ask you this question, take a pick and try to remember a retailer you used to buy clothes from or any other things in 1995. Are they still around?
Club Monaco, I think, is still around. If you shout out to the Toronto Square one, it's barely around. You're absolutely true.
Like an indie store now.
Yeah, I haven't seen we remember how popular it was, right? Everyone had that Club Monaco sweater.
Absolutely, and that's how retail works. It's incredibly fickle, and it goes through changes every decade or so. So add that factor in. So we're beginning to see some of the legacy brands of the last 10 years kind of fade away. New brands are coming in, but it's the way that the brands are coming in, which is the big change and the big shift. Long gone are the days of the distributor and the wholesaler and the franchisee and so you're eliminating a massive chain, a supply chain that has been crucial to the retail industry. Brands are going direct. Brands are picking to go directly to their customers. They're speaking to their customers directly. They're engaging them directly. They don't need these middlemen.
But aren't the aggregators middlemen? Like, if you're, how popular is it to buy directly from?
How many aggregators are there? I mean, this is the next question you need to ask yourself.
Amazon is an aggregator, right? Or
Noon
is an aggregator,
Yeah, no, but that's just a couple. Like, if you really take a step back, each country, each region, a maximum, how many do you have? 4 or 5? Like, I think US, Target, Walmart.
But you just replaced Amazon, the big brand, Debenhams and Harvey Nichols with large aggregators online. Have you done anything different?
No. But this is where my question. This is what I've gotten from what you're saying, and I think it kind of, maybe I'm hearing what I want to hear, but the way that I see it, I think these small, as you call them, indie stores or hipster stores or individual kind of pop-up shops. I think that's the future of retail, is that every Joe Schmo can go on a Shopify, set up an account, and within a week have a very personalized, set up individual brand, Facebook ad, be in your face, and all of a sudden you're buying it. And he doesn't need the store, he doesn't need the physical shop, he doesn't need anything like that. And that's what I'm saying, is that I feel like malls ultimately are just going to be like an amusement park.
But that means we need a lot less of them.
I don't think. To be honest, I would say sorry. I would say I don't think you need less of them. I think it's just going to be each one is going to have to find its place on what the experience they want to give you, right? So you want to go to Dubai Mall because you want to go ice skating and you want to go have Cheesecake Factory, and then you go to Emirates Mall because you want to go skiing and you want to do something else, right? Like,
does F&B change? I mean, before we were looking at a shift from clothing shops to F&B within the mall, but now that we've psychologically gotten used to ordering a lot more, everyone has in the last couple of months. Does that affect the trajectory of F&B's penetration within malls?
I think, in fact, that it supports it, because again, it's all about the experience. So we're living in a culture where it's, as they say, all about the gram, right? I mean, not the grams we know, but the new gram.
Yes.
Right. So the new gram is all about sharing your experience with people, sharing the fact that you have a personalized experience, a personalized item that you've purchased, a unique item that you've purchased. And that's what it's about, right? So, I agree. It's going to be more of the thematic approaches to leisure, and it's a leisurely experience. Absolutely.
This is what I'm saying. And you're talking about, is the F&B going to change, right? We all have a short memory, man. Once the vaccine comes out, once all this is set to the side, people are going to go back to their old ways, right? We're all going to go back out, interact normally. I don't think that's going to change. So I think if anything, like you're saying, I think F&B becomes even more important in that setting, right? People want to just go and have other experiences, you know.
I mean, I had just a recent experience with my watch experience today. I've been eyeing this watch that I wanted to buy for the past maybe 2-3 months, doing my research online, trying to get as much information as possible, reading reviews, watching videos. It's a very technical watch, so I want to understand what it does.
Yep.
Which watch is it? You got to show it.
It's the Phoenix 6X Garmin watch.
Very beautiful watch, man. I like it.
But so today I made the decision. I'm like, okay, I'm going to pull the trigger. I'm happy with this watch. It's on discount right now. It's felt like the right time to do it. I was this close to hitting buy from the supplier to deliver it within a day.
I know where this is going.
And I thought to myself, I'm like,
why don't you physically go get it?
Pick up the call. Not why. I knew why. I still wanted to feel, touch, wear, and see the product before
on
I
your
purchased
wrist.
it.
Yeah.
On my wrist. Mind you, this is an expensive purchase. It's not a t-shirt. It's not a pair of shoes. But I thought about it. I'm like, you know what? I'm still going to have to go into the store. And there are things that I want to see, feel, touch, try before I buy. And there are things that I'm willing to risk.
True.
Something, whether I like it or not, whether it's exactly the same thing that I'm envisioning it is. So I don't think it's going to go away.
So I don't agree, right? So obviously there's an element of it, but I bought a car online. And who would have imagined that? Not to tie it back to Tesla, but it's the last thing I would have imagined.
But you sat in a Tesla.
But
I had
exactly.
You'd never sat in a Tesla before. You never.
I think that was a very unique. I think that was a very unique purchase. Because even that's exactly what you're saying is exactly how I'm saying I envision.
So you go try it in the store, but then you still order it online because you might get a better price. You might get
exactly.
Sure, if those things are there.
Yeah.
So it's a showroom.
Oh, this is exactly it. So you go to a store. So all of a sudden now stores, retail shops don't need to hold stock anymore. They just need to have one size of everything that they have. And it becomes an experience. You go in, you know, they treat you, they make you feel special. They give you some sort of, you know, motivation. They get you loyal to that brand. You go, you try it on. Great. Okay. You want to order it right now or you want to order it when you get home, sir? It becomes like that. You can click a button while you're there and then they'll deliver it the next day. Or you go home and, you know, you think about it and you order it in a day
so
or two.
You're absolutely right. But what you're saying has massive implications.
Without a doubt.
Because you're talking about company-owned showrooms that are cost centers. You're not talking about profit centers that are owned by third-party franchisees.
What you're Dubai Mall is a cost center. Dubai Mall is a cost center for most.
Exactly.
You're right. High Street, Oxford, Fifth Avenue.
I would just tell you what it would do.
It goes off the marketing budget.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
Is on a P&L, I think what would happen is it's no longer a revenue generator. It's just a marketing expense. And then you just have a central pool within that country, that region, that city, where you have one massive warehouse. I think companies become much more efficient. You have one central warehouse that does all the distribution, whether you're working with a third party or you're doing it in-house, and that's it. Man.
What do these SMEs do? The
Exactly.
mom and pop shops.
Exactly.
No, the mom and
They
pop
do-
shops, we just said it, right? The mom and pop shops have found their place because they no longer need that physicality of a store, because e-commerce is becoming more accepted, more normalized. How much stuff, like I love, and I think you guys have seen it hopefully throughout all the shows, and if you guys want to go and flick through the shows, I'm huge on like funky shirts, like whatever, a Bob Dylan shirt, a Muhammad Ali shirt, or whatever, and all of these purchases that I'm doing are all online. I'm not going to traditional stores, right? I love that variety. I love that, as you said, Hassaan, that feeling that I have something that very few people have. That kind of speaks to me as I feel as an individual, as much as it's
it's a different shopping experience for sure.
So,
the excitement of it coming home, you receiving the package.
No, but the excitement of knowing that when you're walking out, I didn't buy it from H&M, I didn't buy it from Nike, I didn't buy it from so and so. I'm wearing something that I know I'm not gonna run into, and if I do, it's a very unique chance of that happening, right? So
Interesting.
So I think there is a place, but that's what I mean is that at the end of it, I feel like e-commerce is just been like e-commerce on steroids, right? Because of the experience that we've had right now. Everything has just gone that way.
Because we broke a lot of psychological barriers, right?
Exactly.
I mean, online groceries accelerated in an unbelievable way, right?
Mm-hmm.
You would have always thought, I'm not going to order meat online. I'll get Tide online, right? We were getting meat online.
Mm-hmm.
We weren't going to get fruits, right? We were going to get stale items like cans.
Yeah.
But then you start getting it and it works. Like, okay, I'm going to keep doing this.
Exactly.
And then we've done the same with certain clothes. We've done the same with a lot of things that we've never done before.